Good morning and welcome to Spartan Spotlight, where we bring you all things regarding AU athletics. I'm Justin Phipps, and today we will be talking with Aurora University men's basketball point guard Gavin Walker, women's basketball guard Shannon Koski, and men's hockey forward Rehertz Marinis and Michael Mikulin. We will also be featuring a short story about one of AU's senior student athletes. Senior guard Gavin Walker and the AU men's basketball team have jumped off to a 2-1 start this year. As they prep this week for the game against North Central, I am here with Gavin to talk about this year's season and what his expectations are for the team. Hey Gavin, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
So I have a couple questions to ask you, and I hope it's all right. First question I want to ask you, what are the expectations and goals for this season?
Our main expectation is to be successful overall as a team. Obviously winning our NAC conference championship. But then we set individual goals from a team standpoint with each game, like winning the rebound margin, winning the fast break points, having lower turnovers than each team.
Okay, so how will these goals be accomplished?
Individual games, going into each standpoint, focusing on what we need to gain an advantage on our opponent, and then just basically going out and playing.
So, knowing all that, what would it take as a team to win the NAC conference tournament this season and make it back to the NCAA Division III tournament?
I would say complete focus from each game plan, and then also dedicating the time to put in extra work individually as well as a team overall, having that team camaraderie.
See, that all sounds good, and it sounds like you've been coached up to do this, or coached up to say this. Is this something that you learned from your experience as a player for 4 years, or is this just something that's been in you ever since you were in high school playing sports?
I mean, I've had the team concept ever since I was younger, playing basketball and other sports, but being here for my 4th year, I've had Coach Lancaster, Coach Robinson, and the other coaches under them instill their values on me, so kind of both, I would say.
So besides, your style and your swag, tell me one of the things that you worked on this offseason to help you prepare for this season.
My individual game, I worked on being able to shoot better from the perimeter. Need to still keep working on my free throws, but just individual standpoint, working on the ins and outs of my game. Okay.
And have you been working out by yourself, or is that something that you do with someone else to help push each other?
Right now, since we're in season, I individually work with Coach Robinson and Coach Daniels from time to time. But over the summer, I was in a couple group workouts over the summer with where I work at with breakaway basketball. But other than that, I kind of individually did it myself, or brought in another teammate so we could work, like with Kyle Pilmer.
Okay, Kyle Pilmer. I like that guy. So I need you to tell me, everybody has their special moment, for the AU Spartans. So tell me, what was your special AU Spartan basketball moment?
I would say winning the conference championship my sophomore year, even though I wasn't one of the biggest role players on the team, but being able to face adversity in that situation, from having players suspended and then going into the conference tournament and being able to turn around and win it, that was the biggest accomplishment we had.
Yeah, I would definitely love holding up a trophy for winning the conference.
Right.
That has to feel great.
Yeah.
And I understand that Coach Lancaster's been here for a while. So can you tell me what it's like to have a great coach like him for 4 years?
Oh yeah, it's a great experience. He's been here, like you said, for a while. He has multiple experiences with other players, different personalities. I could sit in his office for days in, days out, just listening to the stories he shares with me. So it's a great experience.
So if he's telling a lot of stories, some wise, some maybe funny, tell me, what are some influences he has on you?
He has a great influence because he has a perfect personality as a coach. He knows how to deal with different perspectives and whatnot. So he influences me greatly because he knows how to handle the highs and lows of a season.
Right.
And he knows to have tough conversations sometimes, but he can also bring you up in spirits as well.
That's good in the coach, be able to put you down and also pick you up at times, because he definitely will be able to need those in the games. I want to know, do you and your teammates do anything off the court, to increase team bonding?
We'll have a couple guys over at our house every now and then. We'll play cards or watch basketball or something like that. We went out to Chili's one night as a team, so that's basically what we do.
Just
outside
play cards and eat.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I have a question. You know, since you guys are off to a good start, there must be something you guys are doing before the games, you know, through the weeks. Do you have any pregame rituals?
We have shoot around right before the games, usually at noon. That's where we go over our whole game plan, where Coach Robinson goes out he has our whole game plan out and what strategies that we need to go over each time. But other than that, not anything more specific than that.
So do you do anything mentally or physically? Just you, Mr. Gavin Walker?
I basically put on my headphones and then just kind of get in my own zone, just kind of relax a little bit, and I find that the best way for me.
So what do you plan to do after you graduate?
I plan on to pursue my graduate degree in kinesiology, where I don't know, but that's where I look to go after I graduate.
Okay. I have one more question. Has anyone particularly helped you stay focused and work hard to get better at your game? This could be anybody, such as, you know, someone here close or someone you see on TV like Michael Jordan and things like that.
I would say, other than my teammates and coaches, that where I work out with Breakaway Basketball, the owner of it, he sets a great example of a basketball perspective, and that kind of rubs off on me as well.
Okay, no problem. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today, Walker. Good luck to you and the team as you guys head off to North Central tonight at 7 p.m. Now we have a short feature story about Kyle Pilmer, one of the seniors on AU's University men's basketball team.
I've been playing basketball for 10 years. The only reason I wanted to play basketball was because I was abnormally tall and taller than everyone else. So I figured, you know, why not give basketball a shot? The decision to be a student athlete was pretty easy because otherwise I wasn't going to have anything else to keep me busy between work and studies. Some values that I've learned from playing basketball would be being disciplined and being poised and being respectful to others. I'd say my favorite moment of my career would be winning a conference championship. I don't know if my body will allow me to keep playing basketball because I've dealt with a lot of injuries. And after AU, I just want to be employed in a field that I enjoy.
3 games into the season, the Warwick University men's hockey team has gone hard on the ice and in the weight room to have a successful season. I'm here with Mike Mikulin and Rehardt Marinis to talk about their hopes for this season. Hello guys, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm alright, thanks for being with me today. Now I have a question for you guys. This question is actually for the both of you guys, so feel free to answer it anytime. Do you guys think you guys have jumped off to a good start so far this season?
I think that we probably could have started off better, but we all knew that we were going to be a new team. We were going to have a tough time doing really good against NCAA competition. But we're getting there slowly.
Right.
Yeah, we're a pretty young team, so it's good to see that we're taking steps towards the right direction, and hopefully, as time goes on, we can start.
So what has been some of the positive things?
We've actually had a tough time playing against teams that have played with each other for like a couple of years. Other teams have seniors and juniors, but I think the positives are probably that guys are actually starting to chip in and that you're starting to realize that it's a lot more. The game's a lot more physical than they thought it would be, and now everybody's starting to be physical out there.
Do you have anything to add? Or?
I think he covered it pretty well.
So then I'll leave you to this one. What do you think you guys need to do better on the ice?
I feel like it's every day going into practice, just working harder every day, and just keep building to come together as a team and pull some wins out.
Okay, sounds good. So Rehardt, what is it like to play hockey in Canada before coming to AU?
It was definitely a new experience for me. I was in Latvia my whole life, and then when I was 16, I just moved there. And it was a lot different than hockey. And then before, I actually went somewhere in Texas and then in Iowa before I came to AU. So Canada's kind of way back already, so had better experiences in the States.
So, Michael, this is your first year at AU, transfer and everything. So I wonder, what is it like to be a Spartan?
It's real nice to be a Spartan. I'm from around here actually, so it's nice to come home and get to play in front of my friends and family and go to a nice school like Aurora.
Okay. So I have a question for you guys. I understand that a lot of hockey players actually play in the juniors. So I want to know, what is the transition like from playing in the juniors to coming here and playing in college?
I would say playing hockey in juniors is pretty easy compared to coming to here. I mean, like, it's the competition level just jumps right at you, and the physical play, and you're going from playing against basically kids to playing against men in a matter of a year. And it's just tough to transition into that, and the guys that can do it, and the guys that can, it's just easy to see.
For me, the biggest difference was probably that in juniors you could fight, and that would be one of the ways to get under the guy's skin. But when you come to college, you can be just a bunch of goonagoo-hoos out there, and you got to find a different way how to go out there and produce, I guess.
So you can't fight in collegiate hockey?
No,
I did not know that. Learn something new every day. I understand you guys have 93 teammates. What is it like to have that many teammates?
We actually don't have that many. We have like 35, I think we do. That's what we have rostered.
But I guess we have 3 teams at the school and 3 different levels. We have the varsity, the JV, and then we have the ACHA D3.
So does each team have 30, maybe?
Well, I mean, I think the varsity and the JV combined is like 35, and then the ACHA has about like 20-ish plus. I'm not sure how many exactly.
And so do all you guys practice at the same time and everything? Do you guys see each other a lot?
The varsity and JV mostly practices together, but we're a separate team from the ACHA team, so we don't really practice with them. They practice before us, but we have separate locker rooms.
Okay. So with there being, this many guys on the team, I'm wondering, is it easy to communicate with everybody, and keep in contact with each other? Or do you guys kind of like just break off into little sectors and just hang out with those guys?
I mean, we're trying to avoid that little sectors and those cliques because that's what divides a team. And I mean, it's getting easier to come together with everybody, especially having all the guys in the locker room at the same time. I mean, sometimes we miss some guys, and it's just try to keep them involved with everything and keep everything in one direction together.
Right, okay. Now, since there are so many players on the team, do it feels like you guys are pressured to perform well every time you guys step on the ice? That way you're always competing for a spot, or you're never losing your spot?
I think so, yeah, because we have a couple of lines on the ice out there that maybe won't be playing, but at any time they can do something good to replace you. And if you screw up, then there's somebody to replace you. Like, nobody's irreplaceable,
Yeah, I understand that. So what is it like to be so-called new team in a rough and tough NCHA conference?
For sure, it's not going to be a cupcake. We're just going to have to go in there and work hard every day and build every day because it's going to be rough. We got some of the best teams in the nation in our conference, and we're going to have to go out there and compete every day if we want to be one of those top teams.
Compete every day. Besides compete, what would it take for you guys to be a top team in this league?
You probably know better than I would. You're more experienced.
It's going to take a lot. I mean, it's going to take hard work every day on and off the ice throughout the off season. Every chance you get to get better, you got to get better.
Okay. Now, this is going to be, maybe kind of, something that I hope you guys are a little biased with, but I just want to know, is there any particular professional player that you guys try to model your game after?
I always used to like Jerome McGinley, but he's kind of getting older, but I like the toughness that he has out there on the ice, and he works hard all the time, and that's just the kind of player that I would like myself to be.
Right.
I would say Pavel Datsyuk, even though I'm a big Hawks fan. He plays for the Red Wings, but I think his defensive aspect of the game is just really nice to watch more than his offensive, and I wish I could just play like him, but I mean, he's an all-star.
All right, no problem. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, Mike and Reharts. Good luck to you guys and the team as you head off to Millikan University on Wisconsin, November 26th at 7 p.m. Before we go, if anyone would like to donate usable sporting goods equipment to the youth at the Hesse House, please contact Loretta Johnson at ljohnson@aurora.edu. Help our fellow student athletes raise awareness around campus about the impact of sports on the troubled youth. That is all the time we have today here on Spartan Spotlight. Tune in next week to hear more about the athletes. Have a great day.